Welcome to Intricat's Whitepaper video series. What is a MARP? Measurement, Accounting, and Reporting Plan. What is a MARP? Within Alberta and Saskatchewan, there is an overarching requirement that if a producer wants to build a thermal bitumen scheme in Alberta or a thermal heavy oil recovery scheme in Saskatchewan, it is compulsory to have an approved Directive 42, Measurement, Accounting, and Reporting Plan approval in place. Within Alberta, it is required to have this approval prior to a Directive 56 licensing application submission, while within Saskatchewan, it is required to have this approval prior to injecting or production of a thermal heavy oil project. A MARP will require a company to understand the facility setup, operating procedures, process flows, and accounting and reporting practices. The process of developing a MARP can take multiple months to build and will take multiple stakeholder groups to ensure its contents are accurate and meet Directive 17 requirements. Directive 42 lays out the requirements of the MARP to ensure companies have a head start on the required contents. Below is an outline of the requirements for a MARP document. General project outline. Full company name and business associate identifier, project name and number if existing project, application number, company contacts, general project or process description and location. A measurement schematic needs to include all surface facilities associated with the project, including surface locations, Petronix facility subtypes, if applicable, facility license numbers, if applicable, process equipment such as crude oil treating and upgrading, proration testing, water treatment, steam generation, cogeneration, waste handling, and disposal. A list of all wells associated with the project indicating how each well will tie into the surface facilities, include and identify oil wells, steam, solvent, gas, water injection and disposal wells, water source wells, and observation wells. All applicable receipts points, whether by truck or pipeline, indicate what fluids will be received, example gas, condensate, etc., the source of the fluids if known, example reporting facility code. All applicable disposition points, whether by truck or pipeline, indicate what fluids will be disposed, example water, and the destination of the fluids, example reporting facility ID. All applicable flow lines, fuel lines, flare lines, recycle lines, skim lines, gas lift lines, solvent injection lines, and utility lines. All applicable crude oil, emulsion, condensate, and water tanks, storage, ponds, vessels, with the dimensions and capacities of each. All applicable measurement devices, examples meters, gauges, product analyzers, measurement points, and sample points. Label and indicate the type of measurement devices. Provide a table showing maximum uncertainty of measurement devices. If electronic flow measurement is used, indicate where measurement devices are configured with EFM. Boundaries of applicable production facilities such as batteries and injection facilities that report to Petronix with the appropriate facility subtype codes. Current or proposed operating procedures. Calibration improving. For each measurement device used for accounting and Saskatchewan Ministry of Energy and Resources reporting purposes, outline the frequency and method of calibration, checking, or proving. Gauging. Outline the method of gauging tanks or storage, ponds or vessels, and the frequency of calibrating applicable gauging devices. Trucking. Outline the methods of measuring, sampling, and recording production moved by truck to or from the facility associated with the scheme. Sediments and water procedures. Outline the frequency and method of determining the water cut of proration test production. Valid test criteria. Provide the criteria for accepting or rejecting proration tests. Load fluid recovery. Outline the method used to determine well production rates during load fluid recovery. Common flow lines. Outline the proration test procedure and purge time for wells on common flow lines. Field headers. Outline the proration test procedure and purge time for wells producing to field headers. Provide test line capacity and test and group operating line pressures. Casing head gas. List wells using casing head gas and or produce gas for fuel. Gas lift. List the wells using gas lift. Primary and secondary measurement. Provide detail on how primary and secondary measurement will be performed at the facility. Accounting calculations and reporting. Estimated production worksheet. For proration batteries that make up the thermal heavy oil project, provide a sample worksheet for determining the estimated crude oil, gas, and water production for each well. Accounting formulas. For each production facility reporting to Petronix, provide the calculations and cite the applicable measurement points used to determine the following: the bitumen or crude oil production, dispositions and inventories, gas production, dispositions and receipts, water production, dispositions, receipts and inventories, water source production, disposition, receipts and inventories include copies of the most recent water analysis for all water wells and sources, condensate, solvent, and non-condensable gases receipts, injection, disposition and inventories, and total fuel, flare, and vented gas. Outline the methods used to calculate or estimate the volume of water vapor in the metered gas streams and procedures used, to adjust metered gas volumes for gas streams operating greater than 100 degrees Celsius, corrected to 101.325 kilopascals absolute, determine shrinkage when blending hydrocarbon liquids with densities differing more than 40 kilograms per cubic meter, determine shrinkage when condensate is flashed through heavy crude oil treating and other process equipment, estimate unmetered flare, fuel, vented, and other gas streams, include sample calculations showing all particulars, estimate gas in solution with oil dumped to stock tanks and with crude oil at proration test conditions, determine recovery of injected solvent and non-condensable gases distinct from heavy crude oil and solution gas production, and other. Describe any other estimate, correction, or adjustment procedures used to calculate volumes. As evident by all requirements, it is a daunting task to not only build one of these facilities, but also meet the requirements to get it approved and have the patience to ultimately hurry up and wait while the AER or MER review. The reassuring part of this is that many companies have undertaken this task and succeeded. If your company does not have the time to figure all of this out on their own, there are specialized companies that can help and guide you through creating and submitting a MARP to the appropriate regulatory board. How can we help? Intricate's measurement and regulatory reporting integrity programs are used in the oil and gas industry and designed to prove a high level of financial, regulatory compliance, and volumetric reporting assurance to the provincial and state regulators, along with management teams within the upstream and midstream petroleum industry. Our programs and services are designed to ensure compliance with provincial and state regulations, including AER's requirements, Directive 4, 7, 17, 42, 64, and 76, and OGC's upstream measurement manual requirements while maintaining a cost-effective business process. Our services focus on complete measurement compliance program management, measurement, accounting, and reporting programs, measurement, accounting, and reporting training programs, technical metering support, troubleshooting and installation, metering schematic diagram development, production allocation, development and auditing, EPAP implementation and consulting, regulatory application development, and regulatory compliance management. For more information, visit www.intricategroup.com. And to watch more of our white paper videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at Intricate Group Incorporated, Energy Services Provider.